Greetings everyone and welcome to another episode of Orb Composer Tutorials, brought to you by Hexachords. I'm Benjamin, and in this episode we're going to be going over the MIDI editor. So the MIDI editor is a big feature that people have been asking for a long time, and it is finally here. As you can see, all you have to do is double click on any clip and you can access the MIDI editor instantly. You access it by block, so it is block specific. So if you're over here, you can work on this block. If you're over here, you can work on this block. It makes it easy to see where you are and what you're doing. Another thing you can do is resize it really easily by just holding right above where that window is and just moving it up and down. Another thing you can do, which is my favorite thing to do, is pop it out with this little button right here. And that allows you to double click the top and maximize it. And you can also move it, if you want, to another screen and maximize it there, which lets you still work on your main screen and have the MIDI editor off to the side on another window perhaps. So it's a wonderful feature. I absolutely love that. But let's talk about the MIDI editor itself. So in detail, the MIDI editor lets you edit whatever has been created by Orb Composer. So you can move notes around, you can delete notes, you can create new notes, and all that kind of stuff. So it's really great features there. Makes it really easy to add new things and edit them. And you can also change the velocity really quickly, just like this. So if you hold Control or Command on Mac, you can just kind of move your mouse along and quickly edit the velocity of the notes. And as well as going in and kind of just deleting things if you don't want that to be there, or I want this to not be there, you can quickly just highlight and delete stuff. We can also go in, let's say here, and let's say like, oh, this is off on weird beats there. We can just extend both of those so that they're on the beat now. We can also change the mod wheel CC. So the mod wheel CC is another one that's really big. So this lets you, again, using the Control or Command key on Mac, you can quickly just draw CC for the mod wheel. And it will follow that just like, the mod wheel on your keyboard, for example. You can't yet record into the program, but you can do it and draw them in really easily, and I kind of like that feature. Also, if you have any instruments that use anything other than mod wheel and velocity, for example, a lot of Spitfire instruments use CC11, CC12, that kind of thing to edit like the vibrato or what have you like that. You can do that really easy by clicking the Add CC button and typing in whatever you want. And now you have another window here where you can add CC changes for a different controller. And when you export the MIDI, it will include that in its MIDI data as well. Now you see all these other instruments here, all these other notes in the background? Those are the notes of the other instruments playing around it. Now you can turn that brighter or off completely. I like to keep it right around there, just so I can see them just a little bit. So let's say I was editing with my flute, and I wanted my flute to play something else, but I wanted to stay within the key. So I can see what everything else is playing, and I can kind of pick a note that kind of works better, I think. Like maybe it'll work better if it was here, as opposed to, here, what have you. And the last thing to really note here about the MIDI editor is the plus and minus buttons. And that just enables you to kind of quickly horizontally change the size of this. And by hitting Control and scrolling up and down, you can change the vertical size of the notes so they'll be larger or smaller. So you can fit more or see more detail if you want. So we can kind of really get in there and see the detail of the notes. And kind of double click, add a note, and so you want it to be 3/16 long. We can see the division there in 16th notes. We can change our division by clicking on that. Now we see 32nd notes. If I change it to just quarter notes, you can see the division line in there. And just move that to a quarter note length. Let's do click a new note there. There we go. Now it defaults to quarter note. So yeah, there's a lot of great features here. It's basically your standard MIDI editor for anyone who used a DAW before, or a DAW. It's very standard. But hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If it has, let us know by giving us a thumbs up. And of course, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below and we'll be happy to answer them. And as usual, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, give us a like. And if you want to get your copy of Orb Composer, click the Buy Now button on the screen. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos.